even to the sun, to the plasma energy coming back from the planet. Our DNA is evolving as something much more ancient and divine that has been triggered at the soul level for everyone on the planet, and there's no exception to that. Regardless if you live on an island or you're in a little village, it makes no difference anymore. Well, hello everyone, my name is Viviane Chauvet. I am an Arcturian ambassador in a hybrid human form. What it means is that I come directly from the advanced star delegation known as the Arcturians, and I have embodied even a hybrid form so I can be on the planet and be of service to humanity, the planet herself, Gaia, especially in a time of ascension. And I have made it my life work and dedication to truly support people from all over the world, whether it's through teachings, conferences, whether it's through workshop, whether it's through opportunity like this one here to introduce myself. I have traveled to many places around the world, to ancient sacred sites like in Uluru, Australia, Egypt, ancient Greece, and other places. So the reason why I am connected to the intergalactic groups is because as part of a very ancient civilization as the Arcturians, we are very well known in the intergalactic communities. In fact, Arcturians, we vibrate at a beautiful higher 7-dimensional frequencies, and we are well known throughout the multiverse to be great teachers, master healers. We are great diplomats and ambassadors. What it means is that oftentimes within the galactic alliances with other groups on the intergalactic, the Star Regency Councils, working also with many Archcouncils of Light and the Great Central Solar Council, we are oftentimes assigned to this mission and of support and assistance throughout the multiverse, whether it's a planet on the verge of a huge evolution or to assist a younger civilization that is just about to move into or shift into a very important new time cycle or evolution. So we're being deployed, we're going to be assigned that planet or that civilization or that part of the multiverse so we can assist with that evolution. We never interfere. We're here to inspire, to guide, to remind you of the true potential that you have encoded within you. And we're here to support the release of false paradigms, belief systems, control, oppression, and anything that is really keeping you down into a lower aspect or what we call a step down frequency of living. So we're really here to help to accelerate that natural organic process of what we call the reascension. And what is the word reascension? What it means simply returning to that divine state of grace. It's a return back again into a higher state of frequency. This is something that has been done already on the planet, and it has been recorded in a great Akashic record. So for example, the time of Atlantis or the time of Lemuria, we probably have heard about these ancient civilizations. Well, in the time of Lemuria and Atlantis alone, the level of ascension was already a reality. So for example, being able to know how to heal yourself, live in harmony with the planet, being able to communicate with each other through thought exchange or telepathic communications, utilizing crystals as a way to archive knowledge, healing, to maintain a resource on the planet, and so forth and so forth. So there was a lot of natural abilities that were already existing, but what happened is that as they have stepped out of their balance and retracted or regress into step down frequencies, that natural state of grace, ascended version of ourselves, as simply diminished and be forgotten actually. So we are now at a point where it is time for all of us to step back into that original state, being as an ascended being, and being able to help the human race to remember who they are and being able to take their place within the community of the intergalactic. There's a large community, and we would love to welcome the human race as one of the other race we can really communicate and interact with. So when you're communicating with any beautiful, enlightened, and spiritually oriented intergalactic being or group, let's say for example you want to connect to the Sirians, right? Or the Andromedan, or the Lyrans, or the Pleiadians. When you want to communicate with them, let's say you're asking for guidance. Let's say that you ask them to help you to remember what is your star family, what is your connection, right? They will always answer. The difference is that what is your ability to receive the message? It's something with your guides. When we try and ask for messages, we always receive some kind of message. It is just a matter of, are we receptive to receive the message? And allow me to add, what part of you is listening? It may not be the same format as you send it. Let's say you send a thought and you say, okay, today I am ready to my heart. My mind is clear, I am in alignment, I am ready, and I'm sending an intention to connect with one of the star families, and I'm asking them to respond. Now, it has nothing to do with your mind. The answer may come in a sense of a feeling, or some new ideas, a new inspiration. It can come through a very active dream that you say, ooh, I had this dream when I was talking with intergalactic beings. Was it just a dream? I must have imagined it. No, you haven't. Dream state or the astral plane, it's another way to communicate to you, because your consciousness is more open when your body sleeps at night. So that could be a way of answering your questions. Or sensation in the body, a deep sense of knowingness, inspiration to automatic writing, things are coming to you, synchronicity. So there's multiple ways that they will respond. It really depends on what part of you is listening and what part of you is paying attention to the way how the message is received. But I always answer one way or another. Have I received any message about the future? That's a question I receive a lot during interviews. So here's what I would like to respond to this. The word future, it's a possibility. There are many aspects of future outcome that can happen. What I would say is that as we're entering a new year, 2025, very soon, and even beyond 2025, we are entering fully a brand new paradigm of living where there's so many starseed, light workers, people on a spiritual journey, experiencing maybe out-of-body experience or even near-death experience, will start to understand that we've been living in a third-dimensional reality, and we're starting to shift our consciousness, the way we perceive ourselves, our families, the way we've been raised, of upbringing, what we've been taught that was right or wrong, or what needs to be done, or what is allowed or not. We're starting to shift out all of these frame of reference or frame of reality. And part of the energy of the future timeline is the movement where we are evolving to, is that we can see it as a natural race of energy and consciousness on the planet, and it's all around the world, throughout Asia, in Africa, Australia, in Europe. There's a rise in England, the UK, Canada, United States, many islands everywhere, even in South America, and all the way to Peru, just to name a few. And there is a common energy of rising. People start to come together more, depending, regardless of your cultural background, what has been your belief system of your ancestors, your family lineages. We start to feel that we're coming together. You are coming together more and more as a civilization. The human race is coming back together again. So it's more of an invitation. So instead of talking about the future, we talk about that natural movement that has been taking place for many years now, for at least 4 or 5 years. Deep changes in all generations, including the younger generations, even through our elders, our parents, ourselves, family members, friends, people we encounter through podcasts, listening. There's a bigger interest to rise. So, all of this to say that from an intergalactic perspective, we are seeing finally a beautiful alignment into the timeline of we call reascension. You call that your future. So that future part of you and who you are today, you start to realign again. You start to be more in alignment, if that makes sense. As we talk about evolution, as we talk about intergalactic messages, future, ascension timeline, what it is that all this thing that is upside down right now, it's because we need to break free with old timeline. We are releasing old frame of living, releasing old structures. We free ourselves from whether it's linear time, false educational system, government structures, oppression. We are shifting and letting go of the shackle of the past that has been keeping ourselves and generations at a lower tone bound. So there's a change. We need to break free from these old way of living, and so the old foundation no longer works. There's too much activation, there's too much changes even in the planet grid system. There's too much changes on the galactic level, even to the sun, to the plasma energy coming back on the planet. Our DNA is evolving. There's something much more ancient and divine that has been triggered at the soul level for everyone on the planet. And there's no exception to that. Regardless if you live on an island or you're in a little village, it makes no difference anymore. We are shifting out of this old paradigm of living. In other words, there is a huge reversal of a thought system around the world. We are re-questioning, authority and basics of education. We are shifting out of the mythical field. We are taking control, and I'll tell you what, we are stepping forward into our authority, who we are as powerful earth human beings, powerful divine beings of light. And for those of you who may have experienced a life after death, like me, that experience, for example, you have seen yourself and your light. You've seen yourself beyond this physical world, and you start to understand that we are moving out of this physical dualistic reality. We are returning into a higher frequency, a higher way of living, and we are re-embodying, meaning that we are really embodying in ourselves the creator within ourselves, the creator within you. You have the creator in you. You have a divine spark in you. You are worthy because of who you are. There's nothing to earn. There's nothing to be worthy of or to, obey upon or make yourself smaller to be worthy of source. You are worthy because of who you truly are. And we, on the intergalactic enlightenment groups, we have evolved and reascended thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. So we get to come as your big brothers and sisters. Think of it this way. We're coming back as the masters of light, as shows you. Here, remember that part of you. This is why, for right now, things seem to be pulling in all directions, and there's chaos, and there's breakdown, and the weather change, and change in government, change in structure. That's because we are shifting out of that timeline that we've been living in for generations. We are moving into a new reality, and that pivotal time, we are in a pivotal time of historical proportion. This is momentum on the planet right now. This is why there's so many intergalactic beings who are here either in incarnation in human form, or here in their beautiful intergalactic wise self, to guide you in this most important historical change and rising. You are re-rising again in your light. This is huge. What about a new system? It means that you are starting to understand what new systems and new potential you can put in place. For example, let me give you an example from an intergalactic perspective. I want to break the Andromedan. Okay, there's many beautiful advanced groups that comes from Andromeda galaxy, and of course, many planets and different systems within Andromeda. But the Andromedan themselves, they have learned how to implement new system, whether it's new language, whether it's a new system that facilitate the distribution of abundance for everyone. We're shifting out of what we think we have no knowledge of, and we're letting go of an old system that we have learned so much, monetary system. For example, exchange for food and shelter and a good life and a good way of living in exchange for money. That's an old system that is no longer going to be sustained. That can no longer be sustained, because that's a slave system, and we are freeing ourselves from all of it. So the Andromedan are helping in a future aspect of your timeline to implement structures that facilitate fraternity, collaboration within nation and between people, exchange of services, being able to have abundance in the crops, food, water supply, everything for everyone. Gaia, the earth herself, is abundant. She's bountiful. She's like a beautiful garden of harvests, beautiful resources. There's more than enough resources for everyone. There's no need for people to suffer anymore, or suffering animals, or other type of pain on the planet. This is part of the grand rising. This is why we are here from a multitude of star systems, planets, galaxy, interstellar space. We're here to support you, remembering that there are other ways of living. There are other ways to create a paradigm of collaboration, fraternity, partnership, and abundance for all. It is an absolutely 100% tangible reality. Well, implementing a new system takes time. It starts with you. It starts with everyone on the planet. Every day, monitor your thoughts, monitor your emotion. What part of you dictates your reality? Do you feel worthy of living in complete abundance? This is your birthright. Do you feel a calling of being of service? Or are you so preoccupied by fear or uncertainty of a certain future? Or being on the certitude under programming to the subconscious, which you've been told to know your place, to shut down your throat chakra. So it depends. Is the human being is gonna have to really do their parts and work in partnership with the intergalactics in order to bring in this new structure, it has to have a profound changes in attitude, in perspective. So start by cultivating and practicing every day that state of inner peace, that state of exploring your inner universe, explore your inner garden, understand that you have the entire universe encoded within you. Start to really practicing staying in higher consciousness instead of fear, or to feel be programmed and walking through life on autopilot with visors on. Start to take off the mask and put down the thoughts of your 3D mind and feel, explore more. What is your true potential? What can you do in your day-to-day life, wherever you are on the planet, to shift the energy? I'll give you an example of this. So recently I came back from Uluru in Australia, and we went to sacred site Katajuta, Uluru itself, and I was also very blessed to be able to bring some donations to one of the Aboriginal village and be there. So when I was there doing a lot of deep work with the intergalactics and other light-minded people around the world, one of the things I noticed is that the way I interacted with the land, the way I interacted with the Aboriginal, whether it's the artists on site, grandmothers, grandfathers, families who come, it's really changed the nature. It helped them to initiate, release, healing, transformation, to feel the respect for my behavior, for what was offered, to feel the respect from our presence, to remind them and reactivate others aspect within themselves, other memories, who says we're here to come back and form a collaboration, a partnership, and we're here to uplift the land, clear some generation of layers of distortion, opening the field, repairing the grids. We're here to bring the sacred alignment through the great central sun. We're here to do the work to uplift all life on these sacred site. And I'll tell you, we also help to transit souls who were kind of trapped in between two, and they were still coexisting on the land, but they were in between two frequencies, and we help them to transform and release themselves from it. But what is important to understand is the way you walk, the way you stand, the way you convey your energy, your presence, it leaves a footprint. It leaves a footprint on where you are. So I was very mindful of what footprints I wanted to leave behind and for what purpose. What was the intention behind it? And my intention was to create positive, transformational blueprints that will continue to do the work well after I am physically gone from my location. That was my intention. So that too counts, because each and every one of us on the planet, we can leave a new footprint of change into the collective consciousness. And so the old system can no longer be sustained anymore. And that's part of the profound changes that we are seeing in Gaia future timeline as well. I'm going to invite everyone to release the word future, and I'll tell you why. Because everything that now unfolding onto itself co-manifests the direction of what probable future you are co-manifesting. And this is why monitoring your thought, keep thinking abundance, keep thinking and feeling universal peace, keep thinking and feeling that I am vibrantly healthy, keep thinking and feeling what the future or an aspect of that potential looks like to you. What energy do you want to co-manifest as a new paradigm. You are living in a quantum reality. That means that everything is being reflected back to you, amplified, and co-manifested with you. So when you think about the future, just tune in. What does it feel like to me? What does it feel like for my family, my friends, my community? What does it feel like for the country I live in? What does it feel like for everyone on this planet? And imagine what it feels like to the intergalactic beings, your star brothers and sisters, who are still part of the same multiverse as you. It's just different aspect of it. So that's why the word future is interweave, co-create, layer by layer, every day, in the now, unfolding into the now, and keep going like this indefinitely. And this is what we call the label or the semantic of the word future. So take a civilization like us, the Arcturians. Did you know that because we exist well outside of your physical reality, we have the ability as masters of the light and master of the frequencies to perceive a multitude of potential. We can see a multitude of future timeline, and we can see which one has the strongest probability to come into manifestation, how it is sustained, manifested, your thoughts, what you sustain in your thoughts, your belief system, how you feel every day. Collectively, you are influencing that most probable future. And we're here to supporting you to accomplish and manifest your highest timeline. We're here to help you support and manifest your highest true potential. And then as a co-creator, connecting with another co-creator, then we can talk about future together. Remember that everything is an invitation. To prepare for any kind of changes, you've already done that and you will continue to do. Just look at the last 4 or 5 years since this event called COVID. That energy around it. It was a very negative intention, very polarized, very, dark energy, very, negative energies. As an opposition, it also created light. Why? Because that global event became a catalyst of change in a collective consciousness worldwide, regardless of where you are, what country of origin. That one example has changed the profound nature of who we are, how we ask questions, the way we communicate. It has awakened the humanity at a level that nothing else could have triggered this at such a deep level. So if you look at the ripple effect of this one global event, you can tell that in the last 4 or 5 years, the human race have been changing their behavior, their perspective. They changed their values, what's important to you, what can you let go of the old stories, the attachments. You're releasing yourself from deep emotional, old wounds that's hard to heal. You're shifting how you live, what truly matters to you, and importantly, it's shifting also the nature of how you want to be of service. So I hear a lot in my practice, in my teachings, in interviews and conferences I do. I hear that a lot. People ask, how can I be of service? Well, this is why we share with you everyday practice. Getting to more stable, uplifting, positive practice. Watch your thoughts, how you communicate. Know that you make a difference. You truly make a difference. There's nothing small anymore. There's nothing mundane anymore. And there's nothing insignificant. Everything matters. You start to realize within yourself or within your heart how much all life on this one planet is all intertwined with each other. Now imagine how this one planet, Gaia, or the Earth, with all life, all species on it, also a ripple effect in the intergalactics. Other planets, other systems, other galaxies can feel the ripple effect of the changes that is happening on the planet here in this solar system. Now coming back to you in your day-to-day life, everything becomes an invitation. Even the way you brush your teeth, the way you cook, the way you take care of yourself, the way you look at yourself. What is it that you're reflecting? Are you reflecting love, dignity, respect, appreciation, and gratitude? Are you reflecting those qualities and virtues back in your own eyes when you look in the mirror, when you get dressed? Are you taking care of your body? Are you in tune with the consciousness of your body? Are you honoring your body template? So everything becomes a sacred invitation now. You feel that? Yes.